Welcome to The System Works, the lifestyle channel that shows you a practical way to live, the what's in it for you. The System Works. Own it. Hello, everyone. This is Ernest Phillips, the host of The System Works, and today's topic is a big one to me. It's what makes me an expert. So I get this question a lot. I have gotten this question many times, and it's a really difficult question to answer because, for starters, I don't consider myself an expert. So in the beginning, it was what makes you an expert, and what I really learned was the question they were really asking: why should we trust you? And the answer to that is results. Consistent results, reliable results. So here's a little bit of context and some background. Educational wise, I have a bachelor's of science in psychology with an emphasis in marriage and family therapy. And the last 3 semesters of my degree, I Dean's listed out. Sounds great. I was even requested by a dean of a master's program to come be one of their students. Major accomplishment. Here's the other side of that. Because I was undiagnosed ADHD for most of my life, didn't get diagnosed until I was about 30, 31, I flunked out of college 3 times. I struggled. And it wasn't until I was an adult with a different mindset, with different goals, did I actually make it back into the classroom to really go at it and learn. Those last 3 semesters that I Dean's listed, I did that at age 29, 30, 31 type. So, professional background. I have had an accomplished record. I have coached individuals, groups. I've worked with small companies like Dairy Queen, large companies, Berkshire Hathaway. I've coached thousands of people between Department of Human Services, big, small, and I've had reliable and consistent results. I've done coaching with individuals in the reentry coming out of the correctional system. I've worked with individuals who were on the spectrum, special needs. I've worked with Fortune 100 clients in communications, sales, marketing, small business, entrepreneur, marriage, family. I've done a lot, and I've had great and consistent success. Now, here's the other side of that. I've also done just about every job out there. Remember, I didn't get my degree until I was 31, which allowed me to do a lot of different jobs. I've done forklift, which, by the way, was one of my favorite jobs that I've ever done. My record of note was I never broke a single product or a skid, and I was always the most efficient and fastest person at the job. Loved it. So every day, at the end of the day, didn't matter what happened, didn't matter whether my boss liked me or didn't like me, I knew that I had done a great job. And that was one of the things I loved about that job. So what else have I done? I've done sales, insurance, finance. I've sold suits out of a department store. I once even sold knockoff cologne on the streets of Indianapolis, okay? Now, I only did that for 1 day, but that still counts as a job. I'm pretty sure they paid me, but yeah, so I've done that too. So I've done a lot of different jobs because I didn't have the degree, I didn't have the experience, and the majority of that time, I'd been working behind the scenes on exactly what I'm doing right now. I had been working on the coaching. I had been working on a curriculum. I had been working to know all of the things that I needed to do for my ultimate goal, which was how to make the world a better place by helping people live out and have better relationships with themselves, better relationships with others. Okay, so that's the professional side of things. Personal. I have had success at a very young age and throughout my life. I am very comfortable saying that in 5th grade, I was one of the kings of the playground. Mall ball, king. Foursquare, king. That was it. Actually, it was co-kings, me and a guy, Doug. Doug, if you're out there, it was a great partnership. So early age success. Sports-wise, had a lot of success in high school, lettered in 3 sports. I was on the homecoming court. I've had a lot of success personally and throughout my life. Here's the other side of that. I was a victim of child abuse, not by my parents. My parents are wonderful. They love me. They've done an amazing job. But no, I had individuals that were outside of my family assault me and rape and some really ugly, ugly stuff. I don't even know what I'm allowed to say on this channel, but I know that it's out there. So what did that lead me to? That led me to depression, not just suicidal ideation. I mean, that is what I wanted to do. And I dealt with that until 30s, still struggled with that at times. So why is that important in terms of the question, what makes me an expert? I've done a lot. I've seen a lot, the good, the bad. Financially, I have been poor. I have known what it's like to not have money, to find a $5 bill on the ground and think that the heavens had opened up and given me that just for that day. I've also had times in my life where, as a friend of mine calls it, no longer money conscious, where I had enough money, I didn't have a budget, I just lived. I bought the things that I wanted to buy. I'm not an extravagant person anyway, and I handle that. Have I ever been homeless? No, but it's been very close. So I have had a lot of success and a lot of experiences. So what does that do for me as a coach? It allows me to talk to people in their own lives. It allows me to connect to them. It allows me something that I have worked on, but it gave me a great head start on. It keeps me from being judgmental because I've done it good and I've done it bad. I have acted outside of my own values. I was at a place in my late 20s where not only did I weigh over 300 pounds, not a good look, not healthy, but also it was a moment where I didn't like myself, where I was a danger to myself and others. So I called up my best friends and told them, we can't hang out because all I'm going to do is hurt you. And so here's a really amazing story. So one day I looked in the mirror and I said, I don't like you. And so I asked myself, why not? And I wasn't living up to any of the things that I valued. And I smiled because it was true. And the crazy thing was I acknowledged it and owned it. And I also owned that I wasn't ready to change yet. But it gave me peace of mind to recognize who I was. So I get to talk to people when they have been in all types of scenarios and help them go from one place to another. But here's what people really trust. They trust the curriculum. I use a curriculum called the Relationship Wealth Curriculum. This has been amazing. And we spent 2 years working and creating this curriculum, using best practices, using research from psychology, philosophy, science, mathematics. We did so much, and it took 2 years to build it, test it on individuals before we ever even found one person that we were ready to have pay for it. This curriculum flat out works. I know I am its number one client. I have learned how to live a practical way of living, to get the things that I want, to do the things that I like, and to do things in ways that are comfortable to me, where I get to make it my own. So what do the clients and what do people really trust? What's the real expert? It's the curriculum. People trust me to deliver the curriculum. People trust me to train and hire coaches who will be able to deliver the curriculum. So to answer your question of what makes me an expert, that one's on you. If you think I am, great, I'll take the compliment. But here's the tug tip. Confidence is based on competence, not compliments. I have confidence in this curriculum. I have confidence in my ability to be a coach. I am confident because I've been properly trained, both education-wise. I've been properly trained. I have my CEG from Coach U, one of the best organizations to become a coach. Go get training. I've been trained by some of the best. So I know I can do that part. But if you want to trust something, trust the curriculum. Now, here's your action step. If you're looking to do any sort of coaching, scrutinize, study, research. The more you look into things, the more you ask the people who have gone through it first, the more you do your research, the better off you are. Because I know two things. If you do that good research, if you come and find me, you'll have confidence in it. And if you find something else that's going to work for you better than what our coaching does, awesome. The goal is for the world to be better. And if you are better both personally or professionally, then I promise you, I'm better off too. So what is the Wi-Fi? What's in it for you? Confidence in your decision. It will make you a better coaching client because you're ready to get the most out of it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again. We hope you enjoyed this episode of The System Works. Have fun with the action steps. Enjoy the Wi-Fis. Click like, click subscribe, and comment. The good and the bad, we like them all. We look forward to seeing you next time. The System Works. Own it.